Okay.
Do you need to state who you are first of all, and we should state who we are, where we are?
No, not necessarily. Because
I think it would be helpful if we do that, because then there can't be any confusion.
Okay. So, I'm Shahruz Ghassemian.
Yes.
Well, the reason why I'm here is in response to your letter of the 28th of July. The gentleman before me in the burgundy shirt is Simon Downer, and the gentleman in the white shirt is Nick Day.
Right. Can I just add to that this conversation is being taken to the council offices at Pembroke Road at 20 to 1 on Friday the 29th of July 2011.
Okay. Let me make it clear. On the letter of the 28th of July 2011, yesterday's date, there are 3 points that says that we need to have clarification in order to proceed. Firstly, it states that a car lease agreement typed on the company's letterhead showing the company's name, registered office and registered number. This was a live issue that went before Master Leslie on Wednesday the 3rd of February 2010 under a High Court matter in which the claimant, which was the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, was represented by Ruth Scott. The High Court Enforcement Officer was represented by Mr. Badger, and the interpleader claimant was themselves represented by counsel. At paragraph 3 of that judgment, it states that, this is Master Leslie, I have and whose claim as interpleader this is. He, meaning the interpleader claimant, states he owns this car and that he has done so for some time, and that under a lease contract dated the 23rd of June 2008, he, in brackets, that is to say Ian Tilley Associates, close brackets, let the car to Mr. Ghassemian. I have seen the lease document. Paragraph 4. There is no evidence before me to suggest that that is anything other than a genuine document. Now, what the Royal Borough today are doing is saying, well, despite that judgment, we need that lease agreement to be on the company's letterhead, together with its registered office address and registered number. That, of course, being based upon the fact that it is a limited company, which it is not. It never has been. It is, as it states, an associate firm, a partnership. It can never be registered. It can never have a registration number. That is not how the Companies Registration Act of 1985 operates. Unfortunately, the signatory, Mr. Downer, is clearly wrong on that, and I wish to impress that upon him, that there can be no registered office address and registered number. It is not, as I say, a company's house registered company. Secondly, there is the question about the original vehicle registration document. That is a document that I've produced, and previously the local authority had a copy of it anyway. The third point is, well, recent bank statements showing the amounts of £13.50 being paid to Ian Tilley Associates from your account, meaning my account, on a weekly basis. Regrettably, and I accept that the terms of the agreement states that I need to pay it on a weekly basis, most regrettably, I have never done so. At best, I have paid the amounts on a quarterly basis in arrears. The last time that I paid was just before the renewal in June. From June to date, meaning the 28th of July 2011, I have regrettably not paid. Secondly, even if I had paid, I could not have paid by direct debit. The reason was that my account is so limited, so I would need to pay over the counter. Therefore, if I pay money to a third party's account over the counter, I will not have that party's bank statements on a monthly basis. That's just not how it operates. So on that basis, of the 3 points, I recap. The lease agreement was deemed by the judge as perfectly valid. The local authority now saying, well, they want it on a letterhead is, I believe, oppressive and intended to defeat the judgment. Secondly, the original vehicle registration document, that point has been resolved. The original is in front of Mr. Downer. Insofar as the bank statements go, as I say, I do not have bank statements, and I have not paid since June. But if the local authority wishes to provide guidance on how they want me to pay this money and provide them with the evidence, I'm perfectly happy to do so.
Thank you, Mr. Ghassemian. So you're not able to produce what we've asked for in this letter, it seems. On that basis, we won't be able to proceed with your application. I'm sorry. If you, in some date in the future, if you are able to produce these documents we've asked for, then we'll be happy to review your application. But until that time, we're not able to do so.
Why is it that this same point came up last year this time, and Mr. Chowdhury advised the counter staff that they cannot add and effectively modify the master's judgment?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I'm asking for is the things that we've asked for in the letter. If you're not able to produce them, we won't be able to proceed with your application.
Why is
I think
that?
we better terminate the interview because...
I put it to you, the reason why you want to have the interview terminated is because you don't have a cohesive reply.
All my reply was put in Mr. Downey's letter that you've received. If you can't produce that evidence, which is not unreasonable, we're not going to be able to proceed with your application.
Well, do you accept that I'm the keeper of the vehicle?
The vehicle registration document that you've produced from 2008 has your name showing you as the keeper of the vehicle.
Right, so you're satisfied with that point. The first point, about the car lease agreement. Why is it that you don't believe that you can be bound by the terms of the master's judgment?
Because they don't have any bearing on your application for a permit this year, that's why.
Why?
Because it has nothing to do with it.
You don't believe that it has anything to do with it?
It doesn't have anything to do with the lease agreement that we've asked for you to prove that you leased the car from the Intilly Associates, because we can see...
Would you be content with a letter from the from the lessee, stating that they have been paid up until when they have been paid?
No, we need to see what I've asked for in the letter. What I'm going to do is terminate the interview now. If you wish to proceed with it, I suggest you come back and we can have this interview under pace conditions at the town hall later on, and you can bring a solicitor if you wish to do so.
I don't wish to bring a solicitor because I'm fairly adept with it, but what time would you like me to be there?
We'll write to you and make a time that's convenient for all parties.
Well, bearing in mind that the permit is due to expire on the 3rd of August 2011, when do you suggest that that interview takes place?
We'll try and get it done before that date. If not, you still have 7 days grace after that date, in which we are able to assess people's applications. So I suggest it's done within that period. But regardless of that, we still need you to produce what we've asked for, so it would still be...
Well, regrettably, I don't have bank statements. I'm not required to have bank statements. When you wrote to me in June, on the 23rd of June, none of these points were raised. The letter of the 23rd of June effectively states, I enclose a parking permit application form, and your resident permit is due to expire on the 3rd of August 2011.
That's right.
And in the residence application form, it is concerned about who the vehicle registered keeper is. The owner, I believe that the underlying reason for that is that whilst it is right that you obtained permission to appeal the 3rd of February 2010 judgment, you haven't proceeded forward, and you should not use this as an avenue to effectively defeat the judgment.
Thank you.
Which
So
doesn't
we'll
fit.
finish today, and you can come back when we write to you in due course to arrange an interview. But I think we better cease the interview today because I don't think you're able to produce what we've asked for. Thank you, then, Mr. Ghassemian.